All right, what's up, YouTube? This is Dan Main from Cyber Threat Emulation Analyst, and today we are doing Traverxec, which is one of the easy boxes from Hack the Box. And I chose this box because it reminds me of one of the boxes that I did on OSCP. If you don't know, we are doing a 10-part series where we train people to get their OSCP before we go into more advanced techniques that we do on this channel, like APT, C2 command and control effects, and things like that. So without further ado, let me introduce this box. So I've just run nmap-xc-sv port 2280. I won't be showing this every time, but to get a quick number of ports from a certain box, first I'll run 10 129 193, and I think that's correct, and then my password, and then this should take like a few seconds. I'm gonna let this run, and then once I get this, obviously when I get 22 and 80, I'll put these two numbers into this, and then I'll run nmap-xc-svp 2280. And this is just my favorite method. Everybody has their own. Some people like to do one-liners where it's all in there. Some people like wrappers where they use nmap automator and things like that. Your flavor is your flavor. It's just don't become overwhelmed with the amount of information you have. So I'll move on until that scan becomes ready. So right here we have port 22, which is SSH. Open SSH 7.9 has no exploits that I'm aware of, so we're going to move on. Then we have port 80 open, which is Nostromo 1.9.6. So I'm going to hold off on going to GoBuster. I'm going to hold off on going to the web page and all of that because I have a version number, and it's extremely important. So the first thing that I want to do is search exploits Nostromo, and then I have the exact version number here. And let's see if that nmap came up. I don't know what's going on there. We'll just move on, but I think you get it. I don't have to beat a dead horse there. So I am going to search exploit, type search exploit -m, and for 7837, which is a really neat command to download a copy. Well, you're not really downloading it, you're really moving it to your directory, or copying it to your directory, instead of having to find this whole path right here, which is here, and it's the same thing, but it's just a little bit quicker. So I don't like to use that number when I mess with search exploit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that into Traverxec. That just messes me up. -exploit. And then did that ever come back? Still hasn't come back. I don't know what's wrong with that. If that's Murphy's Law going on right there. If it just doesn't want, but it'd have been 22 and 80. We'll just move on from that. So I am going to use Vim. I'm a real big fan of Vim and the things it could do. So I am going to just look at the exploit, look at the code really quick, and I see right off the bat there is some bad code there. So if I try to run this, let's say Python Traverxec exploit, this is not defined. So one of the lessons that they try to teach in the exam for OSCP is to look over your exploit code and be ready to comment some things out, be ready to uncomment some things, and use your code. Don't just expect to pick your code up and it works. So now I can run that now, and then I get the usage, which means that it's good enough for me. So I'm going to Python Traverxec exploit, and then my IP address is 10.129.1.193. Well, the target box, and then the port is 80, and then I'm just gonna do who am I and push enter. and I get a type error. So this is another opportunity for us to change the code. So for type error, what you have to understand is some functions, am I saying that right? Or some methods don't take, certain types of data. So what we have to do here is we have to change this to bytes, and you do that with a B in front of the string. And then because this won't work with a bunch of bytes, we have to erase that. And instead of having these brackets here, we'll just do who am I here. So it's hard coded in here, which is not the best thing, but it is what it is. We'll put who am I there anyway, even though it doesn't matter at this point. And then we'll go in there, and we don't have anything. So let's try ID. We still don't have anything, and I wonder why. So let's go back and see what's going on. Was the code, was it more like this? Still nothing. So it looks like it really wants that that substitution going on. So we have to think of another way to make this work. And I think it was like, and then dot format cmd, and then we'll just download the code again just to make sure I didn't mess that up. Nope, that ain't it. Search exploit m for, I don't remember what it was anymore. I don't remember what it was. Yep, this one. And then we will look at this code again, vim, just to make sure we got it correct, the command substitution or whatever to call it. So yeah, it was definitely there. So what we could do, is we could go back to our regular code exploit, and then come down here, and we could see, there's no way to, can't do that because it won't like that. Let me see. Yep, it won't. It doesn't like that. Bytes object has no attribute format. So I wonder if you could turn a string into bytes. So I think what you could do is go back, and then you can do that, and then you could say payload dot encode. I think you need a thing here as well. And I think it worked. But let's see if my, yep, so there is my mmap. But I don't know if my, because I'm not getting back anything. So let's go into the actual page. Let's see what's going on. 10, 129, 193. Hello, my name is David White. I create for the web. I don't think there's anything relevant. there. So we have to somehow verify that we have command execution. And I'm just going to open up a burp suite just to see what's going on with my. Just make sure I got the ports and stuff right. 10, 1, 29, 193. Yep. We can try. We tried ID. Try ping. Ping 10, 10, 15, 97. To C1. And then we could file open terminal. The TCP dump tech I ton 0 ICMP. Is that it? I think that's it. Sudo. And I think if we. Yes. So one thing that and I think we're not going to go with the burp suite thing at this point. So one thing that I kind of faced on the exam is understanding how to troubleshoot your code. And a lot of times you may have a reverse shell or a reverse shell payload that you think should work and it's not working, but then your ping would work. So I'm a big fan of IPsec in his work, and a lot of times he runs a ping as well, and that's where I get that technique from, that TTP. So if you are running reverse code, if you're running a remote code execution payload and it's not working, try a ping first, or try a ping next, and see how that works out for you. So I'm really happy with that. So I think what I could do now is come here and then sudo nc lvmp 443. Just being a red teamer and wannabe pen tester, I use 443 often because I just do. I think that when you have SOC analysts that are expecting only encrypted traffic in 443, it's the perfect port to go to. So that's why I use 443 a lot. And if not, then I start with, random high stuff. So bash, and then we'll do an I, and then we will do an ampersand, and then that thing, and then dev TCP. And then my IP is 10, 10, 15, 97, and then 443. And then I think it's a 0, and then that thing, and then that thing, and then a 1. I hope this works. And I think this is going to be it. Let's see what happens. Nothing. So let's try bin bash. Still nothing. Let's try bin bash taxi, and then we will run all of that. Boom. So yeah, that's just again, that's some I've been watching IPsec for like 4 years, and yeah, that thing. So we have a shell, which is good, and we should be www data. It looks like that's what you can expect almost all the time when you are pen testing things on Hack the Box and Linux boxes or whatever the case. So we are good there. So the first thing we want to start doing is enumerating things. So we are in user bin. If we go to cd var and then look around, we'll see that we have Nostromo, which is the web app that's running. Sometimes you'll see www. Sometimes you see Apache, but you see that here, Nostromo. So we will go into here and see what we have. So one of my, I guess, TTPs, if you would say, or so to speak, is I'm looking for a config file somewhere. Maybe some creds in there, maybe something that will tell me anything. And there's my conf right here. So I am going to go into conf, cd conf, and then look around. And then I have httpd.conf. So I'm just going to, I don't have a really good shell right now, but whatever. What's happening there? No such file or directory. What did I do wrong? Oh, cat in httpd.conf. And then we have a bunch of things. We have David at Traverxec. I don't know how to say that word. Or whatever. But we have some things here, and I see that I don't know what I see right now. But yeah, we have the user of David, so we can go to cd home ls cd David. Can we go in there? Permission denied. So I'm looking at HomeDirs, and HomeDirs says home, and then HomeDirs public is public www. So what I'm thinking is that if I access public www, that would be home. So let's try it out. So let's go back to cd var Nostromo, and then ls, and then cd conf, and then ls tech Lisa. Let's go backwards. Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck here. Let's try to go back home, cd home, cd David, and then ls tag ls Lisa. Let's say permission denied. Let's try cd public www, and then I'm there. So I did a capture the flag the other day, and I just didn't know what was going on. So the administrator of the capture the flag ran malware, and it was a rootkit. And with the rootkit, I couldn't see the folders that I wanted to go through, that I wanted to go to. And so I spent the whole 2 hours trying to figure that out. And at the end of the day, all I needed to do was just cd into those things, and I would have gotten into them. So that's that's a thing. So ls here, and we have protected file area. And we want to see what this is. Protected file area. Cd protected file area. About to do it again. ls tag Lisa, and then we have htaccess. So what I want to do is I want to cat this htaccess to see what it is. It says realm David's protected file area, keep out. Whatever, don't know what that means. So yeah, let's see what backup SSH identity files is. So to get this on our box, we could do it a few ways. I'm going to do it by I don't have I don't have that. So yeah, I'm just going to say LVMP, netcat LVMP 4443, and then listen. No, that's not how you do it. It's NC LVMP 4443, and then I output that to backup SSH identity files.tgz, and then as you listen, I'm going to netcat. Then my IP address is 10.10.15.97, and then the port that listening is 4443, and then arrow goes that way, and then I say back up SSH identity files tgz. What did I do wrong? Did I spell it wrong? Let's try again. NC 10 15 97 443 43, and then this thing, and then BACKUP SSH identity files tgz. Enter. There we go. So it shouldn't take that long because it's not much to do there. Did I do that wrong? Do I have it? I don't know how to see. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so it did it some kind of way. I might have messed that up. If you know what I did, just let me know. So we have CD David, and we ls. What am I doing here? ls isa. There's CD and the SSH, and then we have authorized keys IDRSA IDRSA.pub. So now we can log in as David SSH tag ID RSA, and then David at 10. Oh nope. Yeah, it's 10 129 193. Enter, and then this is a yes. Oh, what's the passphrase? Did I miss that part? Why do we need a passphrase? ABCD. Okay, so now it wants my password. Fuck off. Whatever. So apparently CDR cats ID or say it is encrypted. Kind of sucks, but we could deal with it, I guess. So what we need to do is Python user share John SSH to John.py DRSA, and then we'll save this as hash. So what's going on here? Should we do Python 3? What do you mean? Yo, this is ridiculous. Python, there's no other way. Module base 64 has no attribute decode string. Okay, let's see. Let's go to back to Stack Overflow. What does it say? for has attribute decode string. Human verification. I am a human. Palm trees. Is that a palm tree? Hope it is. Yep. Not a robot. So we look through this and it says decode bytes. So this is another opportunity to modify some code, and OSCP loves that. So to search in Vim, what you want to do is you want to push the /, and then once you push the /, we would type the decode string, and then we run right up on it, and then we jump out of that. Did it wrong. Decode string, and then we push enter, and then we jump into that by pushing OI. Changing the read-only file means that we need to be root, so we will sudo and then put my password in, and then do the same thing, decode string, and then we'll push enter, and then I to jump into the code, and then we will delete the code string, and then bytes. But this may cause an error if, let's just see what happens. But I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, wait a minute. It works. So yeah, again, be ready to always be ready to modify code whenever you need to. Yeah, that. So the next thing that we want to do is go into, we want to use John. So we'll say John and then the hash, and then we'll do a word list. And it's annoying because this is hack the boxes. It's not there. It's like opt useful or something. They're gonna make me do this off the brain, yo. I think it's cat opt useful seg list. Passwords. Yep, passwords. What else? Does it just rock you? Passwords. It's not rock you. I don't see that. I think it's leaked databases, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, rock you. .text. And I don't want to cat that. Definitely don't want to cat that. So please do not follow my terrible example of locating files. And if you do, just use ls. I normally use ls, but I don't know, I just felt like cat for some reason. And then I think that's going to be it. So we are going to push enter on this bad boy and see if I can do something right today. Oh, I did something wrong. I know I did. Create a directory, loaded one password hash. It says permission denied. Come on, man. So now it's running, and then we have the key or whatever. Passphrase is Hunter to unencrypt the IDRC. So now we will type that, and then HUNTER, and then we're in. So I'm gonna do a few things to keep me from having to, yeah. So I want to show a few things off about SSH. If you go to, where are we at? ls, if we are user.text or whatever, if we go ls.lisa, whatever, I messed it up. And then we go into SSH. we have authorized keys. So if you want to vim authorized keys, okay, no vim, maybe vi, boom. So if we want to maintain persistence, if we were like the enemy or the adversary, what we could do is we could take our public key. So it would be cat home SSH. Oh, not authorized keys. ID. I don't have anything there. I would think that there's known hosts. Oh, okay. I don't have anything there. So it's like SSH keygen. It's super easy. And then you just enter. And then you have things now in your SSH. So I could do that again. And I have idrsa.pub. And then what I could do is cat id rsa.pub. What? idrsa.pub. And then I could just cat this. And then I could copy this, which I don't recommend. I recommend a better way, but I'm just being lazy and undisciplined right now. And then good old vim skills. Okay, that is going crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Things are going crazy right now. All right. So don't want to delete that, but you definitely want to start to interact. There we go. Oh man. Let's start over. Insert. Okay. Why is that? Okay. Nope. Qbang. I don't know what's going on. So what we could do instead of all of that is just Python tag m http server and then 888, and then we could just say wget p10101597 888 / authorized id rsa.pub, and then yes, that's all I have to do. File not found. Why? Oh, because I'm not in the right place. So we want a cd there first. Well, we do that, and then we want to run our. And I want to just show, because we're going to be showing some advanced techniques on this channel, and I just want to get everyone warmed up to the idea of persistence and how an adversary, a big threat actor would persist in your network or your whatever. So I want a cat idrsa.pub, and then I want to do double those, and then I want to go authorize keys. And if I cat that, just to be absolutely thorough, I could just tab complete now. I'm there. So I can log out, and I can log back in as just David at 10:10. Nope. What am I doing? 10:129 193. And then I don't have to worry about a password or anything like that. So what you may find is a what do they call them? A cron job that continuously puts the an APT's or a hacker's public key into your authorized key, so it's just a quick login, and they don't have to worry about it. And then maybe once, if it's not time, maybe they delete their key. So you always want to protect your authorized keys and make sure that anybody can't just like run up on your authorized keys. That's really important. So your cat user.text, I'm gonna show my cat. I'm gonna show my user.txt. I don't know if I think Hack the Box has it now to where no one's is the same or it changes, every so often, or I don't know, or whatever. But yet we have initial access. So I'll tell you right now, my experience with initial access on the OSCP was a lot easier. It wasn't all of this, but I did have to do some of the things that I just did here. So I think if you master everything so far, or not even master it, just be able to walk through it carefully step by step, I think you'll be fine. So now I want to get root. I want to privilege escalation. I want to do that. So I'm going to look around in things. So I want to start here. Maybe go back to where I was. ls.s Lisa R. And then I could just see everything. Server stats looks interesting. So let's go into that. Let's say cd David Ben and then ls. So we have server stats and then server head. And there's one thing that I forgot to do. I always like to do sudo tech L when I get on the box, and then I don't have this password. I have Hunter. I hope that ain't gonna work. Hunter's not gonna work. So he doesn't have sudo tech L, and they're gonna get mad at me. Whew. So what I want to do is go into server stats.sh. So when you see .sh files before you privest, that's always super interesting because that script is probably doing something important. So looking here, we have user bin sudo and then journal ctl and then all of that stuff. So yes, I don't really know where I've done this box before, but I don't know what that means or where I need to go from here. We could definitely see what's going on. So one very important, I guess, resource that you should have in your kit bag is GTFO bins. And you can go into that and you can scroll down till you find journal, if it's in here. And it is. And it says this invokes the default pager, which is likely to be less. Other functions may apply. So yeah, it invokes less. That doesn't really mean a lot to me. So maybe there is one for less. I don't know. It could be used to break out of restricted environments by spawning an interactive shell. Let's exit profile. So it really doesn't tell you how to, if the binary is allowed to maybe use access to file system. So let's see if we can really understand what's going on here. Let's go back to the journal CTL. This involves the default pager, which is likely to be at less. It may not work. Okay. So let's run this and see what happens. Because this is not let's see if we can see if we could do anything here. Oh, okay. So I don't know. I am in hell right now. Okay, so we're out. So I think what we could do, we could just do the same thing, and when it comes to end, we could just um, push escape, and then we can just type. Oh, wait a minute, that didn't work. We can type exclamation points /bench/sh, and then who am I? Root. Okay. So I think with this privileged escalation, you got to know a little bit about Vim, and you got to know that well, Vim and Less. I'm cramming those together, but in Vim and Less, you can when you push escape, you go into kind of a command mode where you can put commands into your text editor, whether that's Less or Vim. And when you do that, you run commands by first putting a exclamation point, and then you run your command. And if you've messed with other tools, you'll see that that's the way to run commands, escape what you're doing to run a command. So if you are, I don't know, FTP or SMB client or whatever the case, if you type an exclamation point and then put a command, you're going to run a command not in that client environment or not in that shell environment, but in your home environment. So it kind of works the same. So that makes me root. And then if I ls, and if I go back to cd root, and then ls, and I can just cat root.text, and then there's root.text. I've already done this box, so I'm not going to enter these flags into hack the box. But some lessons learned here are if you are an administrator, if you're a Linux server administrator, you want to know about GTFO bins. You want to definitely not fall victim to that. I think that it's pretty hard to at this point because software engineers and people that, kind of create the architecture are up on those types of things. But you should be as well. Don't set yourself up for failure. Your scripts, make sure you're doing those securely. I wouldn't, I don't know. I would definitely consult with other security experts before I start, dropping shells into folders that run as root. Definitely wouldn't do that. Always keep your software updated. That's kind of a gimme. I expect everyone that will subscribe to me and watch my videos to know that as well. Like if your web app is really old, or if you see that your web app is vulnerable to an RCE, which is probably the single most deadly exploit to a web app, then change it. Definitely upgrade that. That way you are out of harm's way. Other things to kind of consider if you want to get on this path. You start looking around the operating system, and just like how to get around here, the people that are targeting you also know how to get around here. So clear. Just a final note here. I don't know if this. Okay, so just a final note here. This also should go without saying, but to, I guess, a few people that are new to security or whatever, you don't want root SSH. You never want that. And there's no root SSH here. I can turn it on, but for obvious reasons, you don't want root to just SSH into a box. If you see that in my head, I'm going to think that you're hacked. I'm going to think that an APT or a hacker or a hacktivist group has done that and not you, because that's why we have sudo. That's why we have things to kind of protect our land and things like that. I think that's all I can think of for now about Linux security. I won't bore you. That's pretty much the end of the box. Please like and subscribe, and not just me, but support everyone in the community that are doing these types of videos. Support IPSec, support the lesser known YouTubers. Just click subscribe, help them out. Let them help you out. Just be a community, because we need to do that as we become, I guess, more socially aware of this cybersecurity thing and trying to get after it. I hope you enjoyed my talk. I know I talk a long time, but I'm really super passionate about this career path. I am Dan Main with Cyber Threat Emulation Analyst, and we out.